Так, ну что ж, кажется, у нас запустилась Kingdom Come Deliverance, если ее можно так назвать. Так, ну погнали, чё. Сейчас будем долбить. Беги, бежим. Бежим. Никого нет.
Picsába mi ez? Nyírjátok ki a fattyút! Végeztél?
Так надо ее отвлечь. И все, сесть на лошадь. Видимо, так. Так, наверное, надо чуть-чуть погромче, да, сделать. Прям совсем чуть-чуть.
Minél jobban vergődsz, annál rosszabb lesz, te ribanc! A picsába mi ez? Nyírjátok ki a fattyút!
Még sajnálni fogod, hogy megjelentél itt, te szaros!
Kicsit várnod kell, talán, hogy...
Так, сесть верхом. А, погоди, то есть мне надо... Ну ладно, круг сделаю. Посмотрим, что здесь. Тебя поразила шальная стрела половцев. Блядь. Серега, здорово! Рад тебя видеть. Как дела? Начали. Так, ну ладно, я теперь знаю, что делать надо. Ну, вообще топчик. Чё там, видел, заанонсили новый сезон в Диабло, пойдешь? Ускоряемся, ускоряемся. Петухи, я здесь.
Még sajnálni fogod, hogy megjelentél itt, te
Не понял, кто, блядь?
Kicsit várnod kell, galambocskám.
Да куда, блядь? А чё они так быстро меня зафигачили-то? Да, игра, конечно, крайне приветливая. Ладно, значит, надо ехать в другую сторону. Окей. Ой, блядь. Паст. Там со звуком все нормально, Серег, или погромче что-то сделать надо? Все, на лошади меня не остановить. Чё, где где они написали, что я не вижу? Чего написали? Там ПТР сервер уже работает. Игра сохранена, то есть типа я сбежал. Хрена в ногу попали. Куда ехать-то надо? А, ну я почти доехал.
Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream. Go! They'll kill you all!
Да. Они сзади, оказывается. Где оно? Так, то есть мне нужно долю ручья вот сюда.
Yeah. Flee to Talmberg. All the others, they tore at Skalitz.
Блять!
A pokolban végzel!
Mint egy tekvet.
Yeah.
Давай, конь!
Yeah.
Все, газу, газу!
All the others, they...
Szétszabdallak, te postaricska.
Я правильно бегу-то? Ну, вроде правильно.
Yeah. Yeah.
Все, газу. Вроде что-то получено.
you Husungine!
А что, они не слышали? Он проехал максимум километра полтора. Может быть, ну ладно, 3, ну ладно, 5. Ладно, хер с ним, 10.
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground, slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
Ну там, да, немножко что-то там поменяли, как обычно.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway,
Ну и все, отлично, значит, Dream Team будет.
for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
То есть он ему там минут 10 назад сказал, да ты как новенький, все нормально, братан.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Must eat.
I can't understand why he'd waste his
I
talent.
hear you came from Scarlet's today. It must have been terrible.
It seemed like any other day. And then I saw thick smoke rising above the hamlet of Rovna. Soon Sigismund's army were finished there and came for us. The order to attack must have come even before the alarm bell rang.
God preserve us.
We all ran towards the castle for shelter, but they were too fast for us. They slaughtered everyone they caught and torched their houses. I barely escaped, and they murdered my parents.
God bless you, boy. I'm terribly sorry for your loss.
I have to eat something. My insides are shriveled up with the hunger.
Так, идти с Бориком на кухню.
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Так. Так, ну я думаю, возьмем все. Жареная утка. Жареная утка. Почему он так быстро проголодался? Ведь ничего.
It seemed like any other day. And then I saw thick smoke rising above the
God preserve.
We all ran towards the castle for they murdered my parents.
The Lord of mercy.
Так, ну я типа поел, наверное, да? Воспитан до утра. Сюда, наверное. Меч оставим. Спать.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine.
Так.
It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace.
Здорово.
To let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Ну, рассказать,
You might be right,
допустим.
my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. I went to the tavern to buy ale for father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. Father and I always chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only you'd known what fate had in store for us.
Oh.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz. The gate to the castle was open. The bells and horns sounded the alarm, and the villagers ran to the castle to take cover. They were carrying the few possessions they could grab in haste, and I saw the terror in their eyes.
I can't even imagine how awful it must have been.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I wasn't safe yet. The Cumans were going from house to house below the castle, looting and then torching them. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
May God punish them.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
Да, неплохо. Все-таки я отбил эту подругу.
It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he let such things happen.
Oh, you poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
В перспективе.
I was barely 18 years old.
А где его скачать можно?
All of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years.
Ей 25.
That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city. There was something going on.
Угу.
And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Вообще, я думал, между ними там что-то завертелось. Флэшбэки пошли.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Так. Возьми факел со стола. Петь, бля, что ж ты такой жир... Парень, у тебя проблемы с сердцем, постоянно хочешь жрать, у тебя еще диабет, скорее всего. Так, это ворота. Ну-ка, здесь нету это. О. Я так и знал, что здесь должна быть. Так, а куда идти надо? Сюда, да? О, Сергей, привет, спасибо. Спасибо за Лукас. Спасибо большое.
Prepare for the worst, but don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Hey, you men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
Так.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmud in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Givish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get there, won't we?
Меньше двух. Чуть больше часа, возможно. Посмотрим, как пойдет. Пока синематики, я думаю, все очень хорошо идет.
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert?
Sir Radzig, what a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left a storm into the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
Well, what will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will, and good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now.
Зачем они все стояли? Они бы могли идти, а он потом их догнал.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people, now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Ну, видимо, да. Так, что надо делать? Поговорить с паном Бориком.
Henry!
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Take care.
Что теперь? Держи караул на крепостной стене. А где? Тут, что ли? Тут вообще ни хера не видно. Ладно, держу караул. Как сохранить? Еще на всякий случай сейванемся здесь. Что, надо просто стоять или что?
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Good health to you.
What do you think about how the Skalitz folk managed to flee the siege?
Thank the Lord. I thought it was Sigismund descending on us.
It seems everyone thought that.
Well, we were all expecting the worst. And the truth is, I'm still worried what will happen when Sigismund comes here. And come he will, of that I'm sure. I just hope we'll be as fortunate when we're face to face with that fucker. By the way, Henry, my condolences.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Ждите с утра. Как там утра дождаться? Пропустить время? Русском. Утро. Так, 11 стен наружного двора. Это где? О, как в Ведьмаке, что ли, типа? Скалица. Ну, они по-любому бы слышали, что там в Скалице капец творится. Это куда это идти надо? Я на часть территории понял. Куда идти надо? Скрыть замок очень сложно, Это просто ад. Так, но я явно не сюда пришел. Ну, я тоже так подумал, что я за ним-то не побежал. Но он как бы вниз побежал, и меня вот это смутило. Так нас сказали же на стену. А я на стене. Так, наш сердечник же паренек, я что-то об этом часто забываю. Почему точка не стоит, куда надо бежать? Так, вон. Синематик.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. You may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyle, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyle is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyle is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Че, они ушли, что ли,
My
типа?
lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Темный мемный мусик, привет. Спасибо, спасибо за подписку. Ну, я пока не знаю, что это за игра, но... Нифига, как они быстро растворились. Ни одного не осталось. Факел бы убрать, конечно. Так, что дальше? Похоронить своих родных скариц, переговорить с паном Бориком, заполучить лошадь. Пан Борик, и где он? Так, где-то там должен быть. Это он? Во.
God be with you.
Where did these humans come from, anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to
Я
Hungary
нажал
from the
кнопку
east
1,
and
достал
settled
меч.
there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Gutenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas. Wealthy
Удерживайте, ладно, понял.
for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
I suppose because it has a strategic position and good fortifications, so it can be used as a base for raids, giving you control of the whole territory and good defenses too, if you need them.
Not at all. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favored it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Why did Sigismund burn down
Там про Кутенгору говорили.
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
No go.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
My parents died there, and I won't leave them to be ravaged by dogs. I have to bury them.
Good God, boy. Do you want to throw your life away for those who can never get theirs back? Do you think that's what they'd want? Forget it.
О, получилось. Так. Доспехи найти. Никаких отмычек. Мы не пользуемся. Мы что, воры, что ли? Никаких отмычек. Так. Так, надо, наверное, одеться как-нибудь.
Good health to you.
What do you think about Sigismund withdrawing?
It was a stroke of good luck. I know everyone says how clever Sir
В смысле, как это я не выживу? Я не взламываю.
That Sigismund is awful unpredictable. He abducts the king, raids towns, brings foreign mercenaries into the heart of our country, God alone knows what he'll get up to next.
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Whatever is your man? He's the local dealer, a skinny fellow. I saw him by the granary. He'll buy anything that has any value, and he'd sell you his own granny. If he hadn't already sold her long since.
Понял. Спасибо.
And that's not all.
Heaven. Man.
Приветики.
Good God. What happened to your clothes? If you were robbed, you should report it.
Sigismund's visit this morning was pretty alarming.
And no mistake. That arm. May the Lord watch over you.
Так, то есть это я прохожу туда, иду типа к торговцу.
Hey, you! Don't move a muscle. Don't move a finger. Surrender! You're under arrest for breaking the law. You whoreson.
Да, я... Ау. Он меня свалил, что ли? Ладно, я понял. Так, сейчас надо ему правильно ответить в диалоге.
Good health to you.
Where did these What happened in
Good, but the good Lord...
Well, then,
Listen.
So then why did...
Why do you think?
Так.
So he could loot it?
Correct.
О.
King Charles made...
So Kuttenberg sided with...
Now you're starting.
Why did Sigismund...
That's war for...
So Robard, I need to get...
What would you do there, lad?
So Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Тут, то есть тут нет правильного ответа. Так, надо одеться, наверное. Так, с неписями можно не разговаривать, да?
Is there someone here who trades in good?
Давай вот это еще
What do you think about
that? May the Lord watch over you.
Так.
Always tying his nose up at everything I do.
Так, здесь я был. Как выйти-то отсюда? А, то есть, подожди, я пришел оттуда, откуда надо. То есть тебе на меня вообще плевать, да?
Jesus Christ be praised.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Not any longer. I've vital information for Sir Radzig from Sir Divish's spies. The fate of the Skalitz people depends on it. Sir Robard ordered me to leave immediately, so let me out, quickly.
A likely story. Better clear off before I lose my temper.
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
What am I supposed to think up?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise so I could say I didn't recognize you? If a Talmberg soldier turns up all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I let him go. That's obvious.
All right, I'll have a look around for something.
Take care now.
Так, найти доспех в караулке. Ну, это вот эта караулка над воротами, по идее, да? Еще отмычки нет. А вот это вот нельзя взять, да? То есть, типа, сначала, наверное, к торговцу надо, а потом...
Jesus Christ be praised.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin.
May the Lord watch over you.
What was that?
Караулка, понятно. Вот она прям как-то как-то отягощена чем-то. Вот Ведьмак, например, он играется гораздо проще, как-то естественно. А тут как-то прям она поддавливает тебя. Так. К паночке, значит, идти. Она даст денег. Ну, пойдемте посмотрим. Чильд.
God save. Can I help you with anything?
What do you think, my lady? Do I look like a Talmberg soldier?
Not quite, Henry. Just look at you.
Oh, I see. Well, thanks. I would like to ask your assistance, my lady, if I may be so bold.
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out of the castle, and your husband is keeping me here by force.
Why, for the love of God, would you want to leave the castle?
My parents are lying in the mud of Skalitz at the mercy of dogs and jackdaws. I can't just leave them there.
That's terrible. May the Lord have mercy on their souls. But how can I help you, Henry? I don't want your death on my conscience.
If I could just get past the guard at the gate somehow.
But you can. If you wear a proper suit of armor, and if he can't see your face, he won't recognize you and he'll let you go.
Good thinking. And where can I get the armor?
At the armory?
Where's that?
Гениально.
In the gate tower. But the soldiers sleep in other places around the castle too, and you might find armor nearby.
It's rather embarrassing, but if I'm to pay a bribe, I need money, and unfortunately, I don't have any.
How would you? Don't worry your head about it. This should be enough.
Thank you, my lady. I will repay you, I swear. And they'll certainly ask where I'm going.
You could tell them Sir Robard sent you to Ujits, to ask the parish priest how the folk there are faring.
That sounds reasonable.
Окей, спасибо.
Thank you, my lady. I must go now.
Так, а что там Еремыч ты говорил? Еремыч, ты тут? Кстати, дойдет до того, что нужно из замка выбраться, и стрим закончится. Вообще это похоже одновременно на челлендж, но и своего рода байт. Так, ну, в принципе, они спят и по всему городу. То есть я видел там спящих ребят. Я могу у них, в принципе, здесь, да, что-нибудь одолжить. Хотя вот этот парень не спит. Чё?
Is someone there? Hey, you've no business here. Clear off or you'll be sorry.
Ладно, ладно. Так, может, как-то еще можно найти? Так, ну, щит я взял, да? Бергер. Скрыть замок очень сложно. Блин, вообще достаточно приятный графон.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Он что подскажет?
Do you know where I can buy and sell things?
I'll try the kitchen. The cook sometimes sells a surplus food. Otherwise, I don't know. Good luck to you.
Так, лук, стрелу украл. А, погоди, а вот здесь что?
You there! Stop! Surrender! You're under arrest for breaking the law.
Come here.
Да ладно, ладно, что-то так это... Ё-моё, это я так далеко и не сохранялся. А тут что, нет автосейва, что ли?
You going to cry now?
Are you?
Where could he have vanished? You were seen thieving. This definitely won't come cheap. You'll learn crime doesn't pay.
What? You're making a serious mistake. If only you knew what you've just got yourself into. This won't end well for you.
Ha ha! You'd make a stuffed bird laugh. But that won't help you much.
Is that the best you can do? What's the matter? Come on.
Твою мать, убежит за мной.
Bring it on!
Gone weak at the knees, have you?
Блять.
I'll gut you like a rat.
Да сдаюсь, я сдаюсь.
Leave me be! Enough! You win!
Think I'll let you off, do you?
You were seen stealing.
Finish this.
You should have thought twice about what you're doing. That will land you a fat fine.
Oh, come on, my friend. You know I'm in the service of Sir Radzig Kobyle, don't you?
Try your fairy tales on someone else.
You're dead.
Hey,
Дядь, помоги, дядь.
give up. Call that come.
Так, ладно, это все плохо закончится. Надо почаще сохраняться.
God be with you.
Sir Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund.
Never mind. Why did Sigismund burn?
That's war for you, lad.
What happened in Kutum? I see.
Listen, lad.
So then why did...
Why do you...
So he...
Correct. King Charles. Now you...
Where did these...
Так, ну ладно, хорошо, допустим. Так, втопим. Давай.
The Lord save you. What do you need?
I would like to ask your assistance, my lady, if I may be so bold.
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out of the castle.
Why, for the love of...
My parents are lying.
That's terrible.
If I could just get...
But
Good thinking. And where can I get the...
At the armory?
Where's that?
In the gate tower. But the soldiers sleep in other places around.
It's rather embarrassing.
How would you? This should be enough.
Thank you, my lady. Well, they'll certainly ask.
You could tell them Sir Robot.
That sounds reasonable.
Узнать, как дела у священника.
Thank you, my lady. I must go now.
Take care.
Так, надо просто смотреть. Это... Да это я успею. Но я хочу без отмычек пройти. Я пока так осматриваюсь. Ой, я тут еще не был. А, вскрыть замок, понятно.
What the hell are you fooling about here for? Be off right now or I'll...
Так. Спокойно, мужики, спокойно. Сейчас разберемся. Так, сложное. В игре дофига, в которых лежат топовые шмотки сундуков. Ну, в принципе, неплохо, конечно, но... А, что это за шум? Меня еще и слышат, типа. Вроде никого. Сохраняемся. Ну. В смысле, я буду лучником, скорее всего. Блять, упал. Подожди, стоп! Еще стрел можно украсть назад. Вам. Хорошего дня. Так, ну тут чувак стоит. Я не знаю, типа он увидит, если я буду воровать. Получен уровень пьянства, но я же не пил. То есть он типа ничего не видит, да? Ну, кайфули. О, у меня и булава теперь есть. Вроде сюда никто не идет.
Hey, who's there?
Все нормально, не чувак. Нет, он человек с гаечным ключом. Это самый главный байтер здесь на канале. Так, где еще могут быть? Так, ну, наверное, надо туда идти, где чуваки спят. Может быть, там можно что-нибудь стереть. Ой, стереть, стырить. Маэстро по дизам. Так, сейчас, ребят, Так, это что такое, значит? Ну да, дело такое, ребята. Так. Мы, короче, будем попробуем пройти. А F5, как быстро сохранение здесь сделать? F5, да? Так, ну-ка, если я... Блин, красивый щит. Не, лучше меч пусть будет. Меч, где мой меч? Почему у меня меча нет? Куда он делся? Меч пана Радцига. Все краденое. На меня не спалишь, что типа это краденое или что? Или мне лучше снять? Как быстро сохранение сделать? Так, воины спят. То есть, короче, попробуем. Никаких отмычек. Я ненавижу отмычки. Вы мне скажите, как сделать quick save?
Heaven forbid.
God be with you.
It came from over here.
Погоди, то есть я сейчас постоянно тратил шнапс?
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Whatever is your man.
Ёп, вашу мать, что ж вы молчали-то? Вот опять, что так тяжело-то с этим? Все, так.
What do you want here? Hop it, or I'll call a guard.
Так, тут похож на странную личность.
Jesus Christ be praised. May the Lord watch over you.
Так, в смысле, у меня вот спасительного шнапса сколько? 4. Кто говорит, я позову стражу. Так, стырить бы твой шлем. Да торговец на лавочке, я же с ним разговаривал уже, я знаю. А что я у него куплю? Отмычки? Не, мы, короче, просто сейчас бабок забашляем.
My respects to you.
I need to get out.
And I need a...
Look.
Ладно, давай 11, братан.
What could a ragamuffin like you give me? Clear off before I give you a whipping.
Look.
Давай 14.
Reward, you say? Only, if I let you go, everyone will know what happened and I'll be for it. Now, if you can make it so I've got an excuse not to recognize you, then we'd be talking.
Погоди, а деньги-то он забрал?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise so I could say I didn't recognize you? If a Talmberg soldier...
All right.
God be with you.
Подожди, а деньги он забрал, что ли, у меня? 40 рублей. Да вроде не забирал. Короче, без доспехов отсюда не выйти. Я просто думал, его можно просто бабла захерачить. Торговать. Ну вот, понятно. Отмычка, все дела. Оружие, доспех, пища. Есть отмычка, конечно, тут только через отмычки пока прохождение, да? Я могу просто сбежать, а как это? Ой, ёпть. Так. Типа залезть на забор и спрыгнуть с него нахер. Почему вот здесь я не могу перепрыгнуть? С какого мостика? А чё вы раньше-то молчали? В смысле? Я только что пытался с него прыгнуть. Сядь и под цепью пройди. А почему... Ну ладно. Так, сейчас, я же сердечник, я все время забываю. Я уже об этом думал, кстати, несколько раз.
Raise the alarm! He's trying to escape! You men down there! There's a prisoner escaping! Catch
Gotcha. Jesus, you gave me the runaround.
Let me go, for Christ's sake. I have to bury my parents.
You're going nowhere. Except back inside.
If I don't bury them now, they'll be ripped to pieces by jackdaws and scattered over unhallowed ground, and I'm stuck here a stone's throw away.
All right, shove me. I'll pretend you caught me off guard and I fell over. I'll deal with the others. You just get out of here on the double.
Kurva! Is that all you got?
Have we got here? Entertainment. Great.
Бля, ну я ж сердечник, я далеко-то особо не убегу. Отдыхаем, отдыхаем, отдыхаем. Fast and Furious. Прыжок. Ах, хер с ним. Блядь, да этот сердечник ни от кого не убежит. Он сейчас сдохнет. Так, куда идти-то надо? Так, если я здесь... А, блядь, зря я перепрыгнул-то. Ладно, прямо. Блядь! Как от них убежать, я не пойму. Все, сейчас сбегу, короче. Так он сказал толкнуть его. То есть это, получается, было в мини-кат-сцене, что ли? Так, ладно, тут я вроде всего набрал себе, да? Да, все крадено, отлично. Все, погнали. Сейчас все будет, ребят. Я побежал не туда с самого начала. Пан Радциг. И все уж крал. Так, короче, я спрыгиваю и втопил туда, да? Понял. Все.
Got you. Jesus, you gave me the runaround.
Так, ну с тобой, я думаю, тоже прокатит, пацан.
Let me go, for Christ's sake. I have to bury my parents.
Except...
If I don't bury them now, they'll be ripped to pieces.
All right. I'll deal with the others. Kurva! Fuck! My ankle!
Так, а здесь что, перебегать мост или идти прямо? Нет, наверное, прямо идти. Скорость. Да где плотва? Так, ладно, форсаж. Так, все, я сбежал, сохранить игру. Так, у меня было 4 шнапса, осталось 3. Я правда трачу этот шнапс долбанный. Это я отрыгнул сейчас немножечко. А чё его шатает-то? Здорово, мужики. У вас лошадков нету? Ну и что?
Looks like they've already gone.
Так. Так, обыскивать можно? Обобрать. Так. Мертвым это не нужно, правильно? Так, я вровне, да? Ничего здесь нет. Нужник. Можно на него сесть, кстати. Вперед. Красиво здесь. В целом. Так, ну и чё вы все притихли-то? Я сбежал из замка. Без отмычек. Только я не понял, зачем нужно было приседать по цепи, когда ее можно перешагнуть, перепрыгнуть. Так, какие вообще задачи стоят? Найти родителей. Не понял, а. А как щит поднять? А как меч убрать? Да, чем-то похоже чем-то, да. Контрол какой-нибудь.
Who's there? What's that? The answer to my prayers. You'll get one for.
Кто вы такие вообще? Понял. Ладно. Пресс F, да, все верно. Ты погиб в бою. Ладно, мы пока здесь остановимся. Всем спасибо. Я пока на перерыв. Я думаю, сегодня еще будут стримы. Удачи.